Bows are some of the strongest weapons in Fortnite Save the World, and the community has crowned Stoneheart Farrah as the queen of archers, giving ninjas the house cup. But the soldiers fired back with Rabbit Raider Jonesy equipped to challenge her throne. Heck, even the Outlanders have a valiant contender with Sub-Zero Zenith. Look guys, I can free smashers. But Constructors...
Out of bed, maggots! If you want to sleep, go be a builder!
Well, they're laughed at as nothing more than measly builders.
No offense, but you guys are terrible.
Well, it's time to drop the hammer and pick up the bow. Watch out, Farrah. Sentinel Hype is putting Constructors on the map as the ultimate crowd clearing and single target archer in Save the World. I'm Lyrix-x, and my mission's been simple. Prove that a Constructor can rival Stoneheart Farrah and Rabbit Raider Jonesy for the title of top archer. I present to you my Bow-A-Constructor build, because like a boa constrictor, this loadout squeezes the life out of hordes of husks while snapping smashers and mini-bosses in seconds. Okay, well let's crack open the Constructor toolshed. Do any of these abilities scream archer? Nope. Absolutely not. But wait. Yes! Decoy! I mean, come on. The icon is literally a practice dummy with a bullseye on it. How is that not archery? Alright, Decoy is the play, so let's boost it. By default, the stock Decoy is only 6 seconds long with a 24-second cooldown. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. But if we run Sentinel Hype as the commander, Controller Harper for support, and Happy Holidays team perk, boom! 12 seconds of Decoy with a 3-second downtime. That's pretty much a permanent Decoy ability. Listen up, class, it's Decoy 101. You throw it down and it spawns a fake you, and every husk in a 1.5 tile radius goes full tunnel vision on it. Mist monsters and mini bosses though? Yeah, they're too clever, but don't you worry. I've got something lined up for them later, when we talk weapons. Now, no archer build is complete without the usual suspects. Stoneheart Farrah gives us Cupid's Arrow, which each arrow hits splinters, dealing 20% damage to 3 nearby enemies. Rabbit Raider Jonesy adds a huge 75% crit damage boost, and Redline Ramirez brings a solid 17% sniper damage increase. It's a classic lineup, but it's absolutely essential. I originally ran Breakbeat Wildcat for extra damage, but honestly, this build is already strong enough. What this loadout really needed was survivability. That's why I recommend swapping in a hero of your choice for healing or armor. Personally, I found Survivalist Jonesy works best here. Watch how his passive healing triggers every time you get a kill. There's no farming needed or pickups required, and since you'll be constantly deleting husks, you'll stay topped off without even thinking about it. But again, the last support spot is up to you. So, with our bow loadout locked in, and a permanent decoy keeping husks clumped together, the next step is obvious. We need a bow with massive AoE damage. Enter the Cloudburst! An elimination spawns a steam cloud that melts anything inside. And here's where it gets crazy! Every husk that dies inside the cloud triggers Stoneheart Farrah's 3 splintered arrows, which themselves can trigger another cloud. It's a chain reaction of endless death. Watch this one steam cloud trigger 4 separate rounds of splintered arrows from Stoneheart Farrah's support perk. Here's another big advantage over other bows. The Xenon bow is locked to energy. The Vacuum 2 bow is locked to nature. But the Cloudburst, you can roll it to whatever element matches that season. If it's a nature season, go fire. If it's a water season, go nature. For this recording, it was a fire season, so I perked mine with the water element. And I'll keep swapping the elemental damage perk to fit each current season. As for the rest of the perks, it's the standard bow setup. Reload speed, fire rate, crit rating, and crit damage. The gameplay loop with this Decoy Cloudburst combo is simple. Throw down your decoy, wait a few seconds for the husk to pile up, then take out one husk. That single elimination triggers a chain reaction, wiping the whole group while incoming husk walks straight into the steam cloud and melt, triggering more clouds and splintered arrows. When the decoy expires, you've only got a 3-second cooldown before you can drop it again and repeat the cycle. Did you see that clip? The Cloudburst Steam Cloud outdamaged 5 power level 250 nurses in this large encampment. And that is the level of raw AoE damage I am talking about, baby. An additional advantage of the decoy ability is its effectiveness against exploder husks. If Decoy is activated while exploders are prepping to throw, the propane projectile will automatically retarget the decoy, regardless of its original trajectory. Alternatively, if they withhold their throw, exploders will advance towards the decoy and detonate upon reaching it, eliminating themselves as well as nearby husks. This makes Decoy an exceptionally reliable counter to one of the game's most disruptive enemy types. And it doesn't stop there! The pot shot, the third weapon in this build and not the secondary weapon, is one of the best mist monster killers in the game. Well, what's the issue? The proximity grenades usually blow up on the husks around the mist monster, making it extremely hard to hit the real target. But with Decoy pulling every husk aside, mist monsters are left completely exposed, ready for the setup weapon, the Instigator. I am actually baffled that nobody talks about this weapon. This bow is a sleeper powerhouse that I use as a secondary weapon in almost every build. A fully charged shot applies a 10-second debuff, making that target take 20% bonus damage from everything. So you, your allies, even traps. And you'll know when it's applied when you see the red down arrow above the target's head.
But wait! There's more!
This debuff does not work against bosses like Hunt the Titan or Mythic Storm King. However, it works perfectly fine against all the different mini-bosses, making the Instigator such a powerful utility and support weapon. Here is how you handle smashers and mini-bosses. The second you see or hear one spawn, you drop a decoy in its path to peel away the escorting husks. Then fire a fully charged instigator shot to apply the debuff. Against a smasher, swap instantly into your pot shot and boom, 2 shots later, it's deleted. Against a mini-boss, that debuff lets your whole team absolutely melted in seconds. That's why this loadout isn't just broken for clearing crowds with the Cloudburst. It's also one of the nastiest single target combos in the game, with the Instigator and Potshot working hand in hand. Just watch this tank mini-boss, which most of the time can be a challenge for the entire squad. However, one debuff shot from the Instigator and suddenly it looks less like a boss and more like a huskling. So, are there any weaknesses to this loadout? Yeah, I mean, kind of, I guess. First, missions where the husks attack from multiple non-adjacent directions. If they are too spread out, your decoy can't clump up the husk effectively. And that means you lose a lot of the insane Cloudburst value that the build thrives on. The second weakness are super shielders. These little floating mist monsters attach to husks and create a purple bubble that blocks incoming shots, making it hard to land a Cloudburst arrow to start the chain reaction gameplay loop. Your fix? Quick swap to the pot shot. One shot will take out the shielders, then go right back to melting with the Cloudburst. And the last weakness for my Boa-Constructor loadout is actually the skill cap. This isn't your typical press one button and win build. You're juggling 3 weapons, you're timing your decoys, you're debuffing smashers and mini bosses, and the whole time staying aggressive in danger while not having the best survivability. But with practice, and once you get the rhythm down, it's insanely strong and honestly one of the most fun and satisfying builds you can run and save the world. So, we've gone over the loadout, we've gone over the weapons, we've gone over how to run the gameplay loop, and we've even gone over the weaknesses. But here is the real question. When should you actually use this build? You'll see 3 clips on your screen right now, all showing a smasher charging into a tier 3 metal wall. The left clip has no base at all. The wall has 9800 HP. The smasher's charge attack hits for 8875, leaving it with a sad little 925 remaining HP. Yikes. The right clip has a base from my Boa-Constructor build. And as you can see, the wall's HP is still 9800, but with the default plus 60 armor provided by placing a base. The smasher's charge attack is reduced to 5546 damage, leaving 4254 HP. Now that's better, but it's still less than 2 charged attacks to fully destroy this wall. Now, the center clip is with base Kyle. The wall's HP jumps to 18,032. That same smasher charge attack hits for 5,546, leaving 12,486 remaining HP, which takes 4 fully charged attacks to break. That is a massive difference. So, as you can see, this is not a solo constructor setup. This is a DPS and support constructor meant to be paired alongside a true defensive constructor like Base Kyle or Ice King. So, there you have it, my Boa-Constructor build. From endless Cloudburst chains to wipe entire waves of husks, to the Instigator and Hotshot combo deleting smashers and mini bosses. This setup finally puts Constructors on the map as one of the strongest archers in Save the World. Just remember, this is not meant to be a solo Constructor build. I'm Lyrix-x, and I can't thank you enough for the insane support so far. If you're enjoying what I'm bringing to the Save the World community, then hit that like button. It takes less than a second, and it helps me out a ton. Share this with your squad so that the Boa-Constructor build gets the spotlight it deserves. And drop a comment. I really enjoy responding to everyone. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing, because I've got a lot of unique builds and videos coming your way. With Hexylvania and Dungeons kicking off this season, I'm going to skip the educational commentary video for this build. I feel I explained the gameplay loop well enough in this loadout video that the next video I can focus on the new material for the new season. My next video will showcase my favorite Venture build, one that can carry you through the entire Venture season. I'm also teaming up with a friend to launch a Discord soon, so we can build an interactive community where you'll get to vote on the upcoming loadout videos and challenge my build crafting skills. Big things are coming, so stay tuned.